All right, let's get into today's episode. As the name suggests, it's all about the life of an online fitness coach. So, in this episode, I want to talk about the life of an online fitness coach, give you some insights on how my daily life looks like, what it actually means to be an online fitness coach, and what I do on a regular basis. Now, before I go into it, I want to point out that this doesn't apply to any fitness coach. Everything I'm going to say here is only what me is concerned. It's yours truly, Coach Martin's life. I cannot speak for anyone else, okay? So, I want to start off with a question I get asked very regularly, and that is, Martin, are you a full-time online fitness coach? Do you do that as a side gig? Basically, what do you do? Okay, so let me tell you quickly, story time. I started taking on my very first clients in 2014. I came back from the United States. I had been living in Santa Monica in LA, and I would work out like 2 or 3 hours a day, sometimes like the entire day. And I would purely or almost purely focus on bodyweight skills. So I would learn how to do the handstand push-up, the front lever, the iron cross on the rings, the muscle up, and all these cool bodyweight movements. Now, I would come back from the States and back in Switzerland. People would ask me, dude, you look good, you look ripped, you can do all those cool skills. Like, how do you do that? Can you teach me? Like, how do you eat? How do you work out? And so forth. And this is basically the moment when I took on the first clients, maybe just 2 or 3. I didn't even see it as a business back then. It was just like as a hobby. And what I did is basically just showed you my routines. I copied everything. I showed them what I eat, how I work out, and tried to replicate those results. And for some reason, it even worked. It's a bit of a surprise if I think back, but it worked back then. So anyway, I would coach just 2 or 3 people, do it as a side, like on the side, because like back then I would work in the corporate world. Actually, until just recently, just until 2 years ago, I would work in the corporate world, have like my regular 9 to 5, and just like coach as a side hustle. No, I would say just as a hobby, really just as a hobby. Obviously, I'm very passionate about it, and even though I didn't consider it as a business, I was there for my clients. I would get a lot of experience with working with clients. I could try out many things. I would study for the NASM PT exam. So this is a certification that basically teaches you how to be a personal trainer, right? I'm not even sure whether it's recognized in Europe, but certainly in the United States, it's one of the highest certification you can have. Now, just recently, I said 2 years ago, I would shift from doing that as a side business and go full time into online coaching. And there's several reasons why I did this. Number one, fitness is my big passion. I live and love fitness, literally. And it only made sense that I finally go in with fitness. Because even though I would have a 9 to 5 job, my mind would always be like, with my clients in the gym, or like, okay, how can I help my clients to get better results? What can I do to get better results, and so forth. So everything I did was somehow related to fitness already. So passion is number one reason why I turned into online fitness coach full time. Then another one is the time constraint I have or had, let's say. So imagine you're having a 9 to 5 job, you're having your side hustle. So basically, you start in the morning with your regular job. Over lunchtime, you go to the gym, you go home in the evening. Then you want to start with your working on your side hustle, basically, so on gym performance. But you also have a family. So the days go by, and there's so many things to do. I want to work on my own business. I need to show up for my 9 to 5, and I also want to do with things with my daughter and my family. And somehow, like, it was just always 11 p.m. and I couldn't do the things I wanted to, right? So the time constraint was there and almost forced me to make a decision. Okay. And then number 3, what bothered me a lot is I couldn't give my full attention to my clients. So as I coached more and more people, and they got good results, don't get me wrong, but somehow something in me, I felt like I could do more for them. I could do more, and because I had so little time, I couldn't be there for them all the time. See, I have very, very high standards when it comes to responding to my clients or giving them advice, giving new plans, and so forth. Now, if you send me a message as my client and you have to wait 12 hours, that's not acceptable. That's not acceptable for me. I have very high standards. So I had to make sure, or what I wanted is just to increase the customer service, that I'm there online for them, can help them out in the shortest amount of time. And this meant for me only one thing. I have to go full time and just focus on that. Okay, so I can dedicate more time, can respond faster, do more things, like offer better services, do more things for my clients. And yeah, so in short, I am a full-time online fitness coach. I don't do anything else. Okay, good. Now, as this is clear, I want to move on. The next question that arises is, so Martin, you're an online fitness coach. What does that mean? What do you actually do? In very simple terms, I help people to get in shape without actually being there in the gym or in the same room with them. Everything I do is completely online. The difference between the offline PT and the online fitness coach I already covered in one of my last episodes. I think it was episode number 9. So if you're interested in knowing the difference and whether you're unsure whether you want to hire an offline personal trainer or an online fitness coach, go back to episode 9. Okay. Now, in more detail, what does that mean? You help people, cool. How does that look like? How can you actually help people when they're not there with you? So basically, my service that I offer consists of 3 main parts. We have number 1, training. So I'm using an app in which I publish workout sessions for my clients. All these workout sessions are completely customized to my clients. So I don't have like one program that I just like give out to any client, but everything is customized. Everything is made from scratch because, well, it's almost self-explanatory. There are people who want to work out at home using their own body weight. There are people who want to work out at the gym 3 times per week. There are people who want to work out at the gym 6 times per week. There are people who want to work out outdoor. There are people who want to work out with TRX. There are people who bought dumbbells or barbell to do some exercises at home. You got the idea. Like, everyone needs a customized program depending on what they have access to, and then also what their goal is. Because obviously someone who wants to lose body fat will get another program than someone who wants to build muscle. Okay, so for the entire training part, I'm using an app. So the client can simply take their mobile phone. They see a video on how the exercise is performed. They can track their lifts. There's so many cool things in the app. They can upload photos. They can upload the body weights. They can see before and after. So like every time they upload a photo, they can see, okay, this, like, they have a comparison from 2 weeks ago to now, what actually changed on my body. They have like statistics and graphs that show how their body weight went up and down and developed. And the app calculates automatically some numbers, like how much weight you lifted in total, like basically how strong you are, 1 rep max and all that. So a lot of graphics, a lot of information. And obviously I also use the app to see whether the client actually does the exercises, does the workouts. And if I see someone doesn't track their workouts, it's a reason for me to ask, dude, what's going on? You have skipped a workout session. Why is that? Okay, so that's just the entire training part. Then obviously diet. Here the big difference is, in comparison to other coaches, I don't give out just like diet plans that consists of, let's say, tilapia, broccoli, and rice. And I know many of those personal trainers or even online fitness coaches who do that. I even had this experience when I hired a coach, actually a very famous one, a fitness model, international fitness model. And I would receive like this one PDF with a daily plan. So basically three times it was tilapia and broccoli, and then 2 more times per day it was chicken with another vegetable. So yeah, not something very sustainable. And this is when I said, dude, I need to come up with something better. I don't want to be, I like, the diet is not sustainable. And I don't want to be this coach who just tells my clients what to eat at what time. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So instead, what I do, I create customized diet templates. So diet template is very flexible. It's really not a fixed meal plan, but it gives you structure. Okay, it gives you structure, let's say 3 main meals, 2 snacks, and then you have the option to choose from a list for each of those meals. So there will be written perhaps lunch, carbohydrates, protein and vegetable. You go to the list, see what is accessible to you, see what you actually like, put together your own plate, meaning you don't need to eat the same food over and over again. You have variety. And I think this is why it works so well. It's so easy to implement. And again, it's not restrictive. Like, if you rather have rice than potato, feel free. If you rather have the tofu than the chicken, then feel free. If you rather have tomato but don't like broccoli at all, then feel free. And even when you want, if you have a sweet tooth and want a chocolate, then I simply integrate that into the plan. I have plenty of clients who follow a diet template, including chocolate at the end of the day as dessert or whatever. So super flexible, super easy to implement, but clients still get amazing results. And yeah, those diet templates, they are working wonders for real. I use them, my clients use them. It's, I think, one of the best things you can do when it comes to diet and nutrition. So we have training, we have diet, and then for many clients, actually the most important part is accountability. What I offer or what I do is I do check-ins with my clients. So I ask them questions. How is it going with your diet? How is it going with your training? Could you improve your performance? How do you feel? What do you struggle with? Do you feel hungry? I ask them to upload pictures to the app. I ask them to update their body weight. Then I check their progress and give them homework, tell them what they need to improve on, tell them what they need to do better or different so that they get even better results. And this way I keep them accountable. They cannot show up and tell me they didn't do anything, right? At least no one ever dared to do that so far. And then beside that, I also have a Facebook group. In this Facebook group, people can ask me questions. So this Facebook group is, again, only for clients. They can ask me questions. Sometimes I do Q&As. Sometimes I do videos about mindset, about nutrition, about training. I do daily posts, accountability posts. How much water have you drunken? Like, how many steps did you do, and so forth. Just as a reminder and as an extra layer of motivation. All right. Now, these are the three things: training, diet, and then accountability / motivation / mindset. And like those three aspects together, like you have everything you need to get insane results. Okay. If you don't believe me, go on my social media channels, go to my YouTube, go my website, and you see the results that my clients get. It's almost absurd. It's really, really freaking good. Now, how does a regular working day look like as an online fitness coach? First and foremost, the most important task is getting my clients results. Okay. Because if I do that, if I do a good job, my clients get results, they're happy, they speak positively about me, they get referrals, my business grows, and everyone is happy, I'm proud, and so forth. So this is my main task. Making sure that my clients get results, good results actually. Okay. Now this is obviously a bit oversimplified, because as a coach, the questions I get are not always just what protein is best or what workouts should I do, what should I eat post-workout and whatnot. But many times there is psychology involved, meaning people struggle with different things in life, right? And just like diet and training, yeah, it's needed, but we all know when we have like problem, when we have a fight with our partner, or when something is off and constantly is on our minds, then you cannot perform. Like if you're stressed consistently all the time, then you want to eat sweets and eat junk food. Or if you're like, worried about your relationship, then you just don't feel like going to the gym. Or like if you have problems with your parents or a good friend, it bothers you. And so often these are topics that I actually talk about with my clients, because it's very, very important. And sometimes it's not very pleasant. It's not very pleasant, right? On the other hand, I find those conversations with my clients very, very meaningful. And perhaps this is the reason, or at least a reason, why I'm so huge on self-development, okay? Because I can see that on one hand, how like external factors, like a fight with a girlfriend or boyfriend, or like, whatever's going on in your life, affects your diet and your training, but also the other way around. I see that when someone is super dedicated to their fitness goals and goes to the gym no matter what, you can take that skill from fitness, apply it to other aspects of life, and you will feel so much better. I would say you will have more success in life, in these other areas of life when you do that. So basically, fitness really helps you to become a better person. Okay. Anyway, I digressed a bit. The point is, sometimes it's not about fitness and diet and training. Sometimes it's all about, psychology. So very, very deep and meaningful conversations I have. Now, obviously, there is more to it than just coaching my people, giving them advice. It's a business after all. Like, I run a business, right? I have employees, right? I need equipment, right, to record this podcast. I, need to structure my days and literally treat it as a business, because at the end of the day, I need an income. It's no longer just like my hobby, my side business or whatever. But now my family, my daughter, like my fiance, they rely on an income. Okay, so it's a freaking business. And everyone who has a business, they know the actual service that you offer is just one thing. So coaching for me, yeah, it's a big part, but also just one thing, because there is also marketing part, acquiring clients, onboarding new clients, doing the accounting, organizing the employees, managing payments, you name it. All that is part of running a business. And I do all this stuff mostly alone. So I have actually 2 employees, a few freelancers as well, because I need to outsource certain things, especially those things that are very repetitive. And as I'm saying this, you probably realize in what a good position I am, because not only do I provide me and my family, but also now I have employees, So yeah, I need to make sure that I have a cash flow, that there's money coming in. And that means I need to get clients. That means I need to do a very good job. Otherwise, I lose my clients. And if I lose my clients, there's no cash flow. And if there's no cash flow, I'm out of business, right? So I think the most important part right now for me, or apart from coaching, where a lot of time goes in, is the actual marketing. What I do on the marketing side is as follows. I do 4 to 5 posts on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. I do 4 to 8 videos on TikTok per week. I do 2 Instagram lives per week. I do 1 YouTube per week. I do 1 podcast per week. And producing this content takes time. It takes a lot of time, because it's not only just, okay, I'm going to record now and speaking to a camera, but you also have to prepare it. Afterwards, you have to edit that. You have to come up with ideas. You have to find a thumbnail, find a title, write a description and whatnot. It's time consuming. The entire social media, very, very time consuming. And so I'm glad that I have someone in the back end that helps me a little bit with that. But again, it's time consuming. Okay. Now, how does a regular day look like? Honestly, in my life at least, there is no such a thing as a regular day, because it changes depending on what projects I'm working on, depending on how many questions I get from clients. But I would say in any case, there are certain things that are somehow included in a day. So in a normal day, I certainly answer client questions. I write daily posts for social media. I write accountability post for my Facebook community. I create content. I need to take pictures, do videos, do shoots, write content. Today, for example, I do the podcast. I also do a YouTube video tomorrow. Then I do client check-ins. So I need to make sure that, that they're on track, that they get homework, that they know what they need to work on. I participate in a mastermind. This is also 3 times per week where I exchange ideas and experience with other online fitness coaches. And by the way, I'm the only Swiss in there, so it's like an international mastermind group. Yeah, I don't know a lot of online coaches who do it the same way, at least not from Switzerland again. What else? I do Facebook Lives. I do update calls with my team, update calls also with clients. I organize everything, see that everyone does its job. I do sales calls with prospects, people who are interested. I update client programs like the workouts. I adjust diet templates if needed. I do the check-ins and what more? Right now I'm recruiting again, meaning I do a lot of interviews with new employees. So as you can see, there's like so many things that I want or need to do on a daily basis. It's not just, okay, online coach, Martin creates diet plans and that's it. There's so many things that go into it. And yeah, sometimes days are super long. They're super long. But also I feel productive and I really love what I do. So at the end of the day, there's nothing better than having had a productive day. But aside from that, so again, this entire list on things I want to do, I also want to go to the gym, obviously, and I want to spend time with my family. And now you see what I meant in the beginning with the time constraint. Even now, when I coach full-time, there's not a lot of time left. And if people ask, if a friend of mine asks me, dude, can we meet like this week? And I check my calendar, then sometimes the answer is, sorry, dude, like this week, impossible. Okay? Because I'm busy. I'm pretty busy, but I like it this way. I like it. I really like it. Yeah. Another question I want to address at this point. Sometimes, especially when I'm on a call with potential clients, or even if I go out, if you go to the gym, speak with people, then sometimes messages come up like, Martin, for you, it's easy. You're a fitness coach. So of course you're in good shape. Of course you have abs. It's your job, right? And everyone believes that just because you're an online fitness coach, you're in good shape, which is not the case. Let me tell you how reality is. So as an online fitness coach, as a good online fitness coach, then you want to do everything for your clients. You literally set your clients on top of your priority list, and your own fitness is somewhere like on the bottom. That means you might spend a lot of time answering client questions. I might spend a lot of time updating their programs, their diet, their workouts. But what about my program? Sometimes I almost neglect that. Or what about my health? What about my training? All right? Because like I focus so much on the client results, sometimes I almost forget to like do it for myself. And this is a reason why a lot of online fitness coaches have coaches as well, because then you can literally turn off your coaching brain and just do what the coach says, right? Because otherwise, like, you know, it can be overwhelming. And there was a time, I'm not going to lie, there was a time I was focusing so much on work and doing so much for my clients that I neglected my own health, my fitness, and I started to see a declination, right? Like, you know, my physique got, I wouldn't say I was not obese or something, but I couldn't stay in keep the physique that I'm aiming, that I admire and that I want to be in. So finding this balance is pretty tricky, pretty tricky. But the takeaway here is really just that just because someone is an online fitness coach doesn't mean this person is in good shape. Not at all. Because if I counted all the hours I spent on the computer, reading emails, editing photos, editing videos, updating programs and whatnot, it's way more than when I worked in IT. Let that sink in. I spend more time now as an online fitness coach as back then when I worked in IT. Okay? It's not that I'm working out with clients all the time. It's not that I'm doing jumping jacks like all day long and showing my clients how it's done. Not at all. I have one training session a day. That's normally 45 minutes, 60 minutes, and that's it. Of course, I also go for walks because I practice what I teach. I tell my clients to go for walks, and I do it myself. It always helps, like basically as breaks in between working sessions. But again, like I have this 1 hour in the gym, and other than that, I sit here in the office. Okay? And there's somehow this misconception that people just think a fitness coach is in shape all the time because, well, it's his job. He does nothing else than working out. It's not the case. At least not for me. Again, I cannot speak for anyone, but it's not the case here. So, yeah, let's wrap it up here. I think you got a good idea on what I do, how I work, what I do on a day-to-day basis. If you have questions, then hit me up on social media. Send me an email, say hello if you see me in the gym. And if you're curious on how a day actually looks like, go on my Instagram. Every Wednesday, I do a day in the life. So I post pretty much everything, what I eat, what I do. Sometimes I explain how and why I do it. You see me in the gym. You see me like spending time with my family. You see me, doing work, everything. So if that interests you, go on Instagram, follow me there, and wait for next Wednesday, because then you will see in my story a day in the life.